Welcome to another episode of Vintage Gospel Piano. I'm Dan Brown. We're going to keep working on this little light of mine. And today I'm going to show you how to play the chords and melody with your right hand so you can put this all together. I'm going to walk you through this step by step and show you everything you need to know. So if you're ready, let's get started right now. In the last episode, we looked at how to lay down a really good and strong foundation with your left hand. And if you haven't seen that lesson, I would recommend that you watch it because it's going to be super helpful for you. And just as a refresher and a review, I'm going to play that left hand part for you right now. Okay, I'm going to show you how to play the right hand. And I think it's going to be helpful for you to see this as having four little parts. And what I want you to do is just work on one little part at a time, just so it's not too overwhelming. And by the way, parts 1 and 3 are the same. So you just want to be careful when you're learning the piano that you take it little chunk by chunk. And that's the best way to do it. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at this. You can see that we're in the key of G today. You can see the circle of chords there. You can see the G in the middle there, and you can see the G at the top. Those three chords at the top are the three chords that we're going to use today. Those are really the only chords that we're going to use today, except that we're going to add some sevens, and I'll show you that. This is G in root position, so you're going to use G. You can see it there at the top, and then on the right, you can see the C. You can play these along with me if you want to. And then you have D on the left. So those are the three major chords that we're going to use. Now, I have to tell you this, and this is really important. When you start playing songs, you've got to be able to play all three of the chord inversions and add a little bit of extra notes here and there. So for example, we have a G here. This is root position. We have one here, first inversion, and we have one here, which we call second inversion. And you can do that with C, you can do it with D. If you don't know how to play these chord inversions, check out my channel and look for a video on how to break these chords down into chord inversions. If you don't find the one you want, just send me a message and say, hey Dan, do a video on this, and I will. I'll get that ready for you right away. I'm going to do a separate video on this, and I don't want to take a long time to talk about it, but one thing you really need to know when you play this style of gospel piano is that you've got major chords like this G, okay, these G's I should say, because there's three of them. Right next to them you got a minor chord. So here's G and A minor. Just take, guys, do this with me. Just take your G and bounce it back and forth between A minor and G like this. Okay? But what happens is you have these, let me slow down. This is a G. You have A minor. Yeah, I'm really trying to slow down. I'm always telling you, slow down. If you're going to play the piano, slow down. Here's another G. Here's A minor. And guys, you can go all the way up and all the way back, moving these chords around. And I'm telling you that because with the song we're going to work on right now, that's what's happening. Not all of what's happening, but that's a lot of what's happening. Okay? Now, let's get into this. I was working on this and I realized this, the number 5. I've never said this in one of my videos to count to 5 because I'm always saying count to 4, count to 4. But guys, this time it's going to be a count of 5. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to break this down into some little pieces and I'll play it for you and then we'll break it down, okay? So this first part, I want you to see it like a count of 5. And if you listen, you'll hear that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll put the words, I'll put the lyrics on the screen while we do this. Okay? Watch again. 1, 2, 3. We didn't move, but we are here. 4, 5. Okay? So it's a group of 5. And guys, pause the video. I would recommend that you pause it and just get this. Okay? And it's up to you. You could either solidify that or you could move on. But just remember that little group of 5. Now here, we're going to jump up to another G and we're going to work back down the other way. And check this out. It's a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know I went fast. Let's slow it down. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We're going to move. 4, 5. So with both of those little patterns, on number 4, we moved to an A minor. And on step 5, we were back on a G. Let me play that for you again. Yeah, let's do it together. Get ready. We'll do the first part. And remember the count of 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, slide up to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's the first part of the song. It's also the third part of the song, which you're going to see in just a moment. All right, let's move on. Now, that's in G. That's over G, over a G chord. So we're playing on a G chord. Now, this next part is going to go up to a C, and you're going to basically stay right here. These two fingers are not going to move. They're going to stay there. These two guys right here are going to trade off. Okay. Notice the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's play this together and I'll slow it down. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we did there, we took the middle finger off the G and we played A with the ring finger, and that chord is called a C6. Okay? So you're adding some sixths to your regular C right there. Notice the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now watch. Again, another count of 5. Here's the next part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that every time you get to 4, you're moving. I think the first three are the same, and then you're moving. And you're going to land from here on 5. Let me show you that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? And that was just moving from C. We're still on C. Now we're going back to G right here. Now, that's the first and second parts of the song. Part 3 is exactly the same as part 1. Let's go ahead and play it and review it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And that's it. It's just like the first part. Now, for the ending, here's what you got to do. You're going to do some of that jumping between G and A minor that we talked about a few minutes ago. Watch. I don't want to move too fast or I know I'm going to lose you. And guys, if you're practicing this back and forth, this, bouncing in and out of G to A minor, you'll start to get this. So here's what we did. G, A minor, G, okay? Two G's. Now here, this is the first time we've played a D chord. This is a D with a 7 on it, and your 7 is right here. To get a 7, you go like this. Okay, like this. That's your 7. Your regular D looks like this, and when you add this note, you're adding a 7. Okay? I want you to keep this F sharp here, and I'm telling you that because the notes on the outside are going to move. Okay? So basically what you did, we're going to put this back in just a minute, but watch. 2, 3. We lost that thing about the 5. We're not counting to 5 anymore. This is like a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Now add this back in. I want you to keep this F sharp in here because it makes the chord, sound nice, and it's kind of like an anchor point for you, okay? So watch again. Shine, let it. Okay, and we're done with D. That's a lot of times when you go to D, which we call the 5 chord, you're not going to stay there very long. You're going to move. Yeah, you're going to move back somewhere else. And that somewhere else right now is going to be C. So watch. We're almost done. The song's almost over. This is just C in the root position. And watch, you're going to go, just watch the right hand. So you can hear that we're walking down from C to G. And all I did, guys, use the pinky as your anchor and just play every note here that your fingers are going to do. They're all going to do their jobs. Middle finger, pointer finger, thumb. Thumb is going to take a double shift and play. There are other ways to do it. I know that we went over that quickly and it's a lot to take in. So I want to encourage you to just take a little piece at a time and work on it. Be patient with yourself and give yourself time to grow. If you get frustrated or you feel like you're hitting a wall, then you need to stop. The piano will let you know what you need to do. What's coming up next are the backing tracks, and this is where you can do your practicing. At this point in the lesson, you can either play your left hand or your right hand, or you can try putting them together. If the tracks are too fast, remember that you can always slow them down, and the directions for doing that are right here. So be patient with yourself and have fun. before we go today, I just wanted to let you know that I am fully open to feedback, whether it's positive feedback or constructive criticism. I'm completely open to that. I want you to know that I'm here for you, and the videos that I make are for you. So I work for you. Just let me know what you need. Let me know what you like about the videos. Let me know if there's things that I need to change. And guys, that'll be super helpful if you can leave me those kinds of comments. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you back real soon. Bye-bye.